Now, Steph Curry, I believe he's, hundreds of millions of dollars, not a bad looking brother, seems to be a good father and a good husband, but we have to understand that people have moments. I'm not saying if she should have or shouldn't have, but people have moments. She just had a moment, and she just so happens to be a famous basketball player's wife. Basically, a video surfaced from a while ago when she was kind of airing out some of her feelings. This divided us as a community like it always does. Usually only in our community that these divisions happen. With that being said, there were some things that Ayesha Curry was stating that had men on one side of the fence and women on the other side of the fence. We do have morals, values, and thresholds to things, but at the end of the day, she can say what she want, do what she want, free country. Now, that doesn't mean when you do and say what you want that you're not gonna get some pushback, you're not gonna get some people who feel like, I don't agree. This is the other thing. I believe that Ayesha Curry, just like Steph Curry, they have a voluntary representation of people, and then they have an involuntary representation of people. Her marriage is anecdotal based on what she believes. This is her own personal experience. So I will never take away from a person's personal experience, but I also know you have this big platform where a lot of eyes are watching you. And even if you feel like I'm not a role model, you actually are. So this is another page in the chapter of us dividing, men should do this, women should do that, women should be happy with this, men should be happy without that. And it's just another one of those situations where a black woman is put up on this pedestal or knocked off of this pedestal because of how she feels and because of her words. Personally, I don't know them. I believe that Ayesha and Steph are great. They're a great example of a Christian couple who never have any scandals, never have any things going on. So with that being said, I hope that they can continue that relationship and continue to be black excellence. And I know there are a lot of things that I could say, a lot of things that you could say, but overall, I just wish that their marriage benefits as opposed to one individual person benefiting off of this situation. Now, Steph Curry, I believe he's, hundreds of millions of dollars, not a bad looking brother, seems to be a good father and a good husband, but we have to understand that people have moments. I'm not saying if she should have or shouldn't have, but people have moments. She just had a moment, and she just so happens to be a famous basketball player's wife. Now, a lot of you people out here that's back and forth on the fence, you have to understand that they live a completely different lifestyle than you do. You broke, or you ain't a millionaire. So their problems and their situations is purely anecdotal and in their lives. Not saying we can't apply it to ours, but you have to live in the lens that you're in.